Hey, sinners. Good morning. How you doing? So the other day after physical therapy, me and the guys were sitting around talking, and one of the conversations we always have is about cars. Well, Rudy thought to speak up about a recent medical event where, as he's getting older, 76, 77, somewhere around that age, he went to go see his urologist because he'd started dating again. And one of his concerns, like many men, our age, they're still really good looking, outgoing, personable, shit like that, was being able to satisfy his new girlfriend physically. The conversation, he says, he went to the doctor. In physical therapy, a lot of them are in there for cardiovascular and rehab and things of that nature. And the doc said, hey, you're doing well, thumbs up, good to go. Gave me, I think it was a prescription for sildenafil, Viagra, for those of you over 22 that aren't taking stuff like that. But the guy was concerned, and he said, Doc, how do I know if this is going to work? He said, well, take it. Take it on an empty stomach. Avoid alcohol. Avoid grapefruit juice. You need to look that up, grapefruit juice and erections. It seems that they don't coincide with one another. And he said, and you may want to masturbate prior to the event. He said, get the blood flow going, fill up the penis, the glans, everything. And he said, you may just want to orgasm 1 or 2 times before the event so you can, capture that moment and last longer in bed. And he said, if you don't mind me asking, how young is this lady? And he said, oh, yeah, she's a lot younger. She's 59. I met her over at Ruby Tuesdays. She was going down on a bowl of hot wings like a fat kid on cake. So he was really excited. So we got done talking about the cars, and he was talking about his new dating habits and, trying to stay off Tinder and things of that nature until he felt reassured that he had the capabilities and the ability to do what he wanted to do. So he thought about what the doctor said and, masturbating first to last longer, get the blood stimulating and flowing through the right vessels and, filling up the penis and making sure that the plumbing worked right before he got a confined space permit and went in to do what he was going to do. And from my understanding, what he told us on Wednesday, he thought about going into the bathroom, but he was concerned, he didn't want to do that in a public place and, at UT and just be really just nasty. So he thought about, as he was going down, finding like a parking area. Really thought about that and said, no, because what if people come in, kids, things of that nature. So he was tooling down the road, getting on 40, got pretty much out of the Knoxville area, and there was it looked like a road going down, he said, just a hill going in towards Sevierville. So he pulled over on the side of the road, and he had an epiphany and thought, well, let me get under the truck, right? People will be going by thinking I'm working on this. They'll see hand movements, but probably assume I'm working on something. Well, long story short, he climbs under the truck, undoes his pants, and starts to masturbate. And he's thinking about this woman. He's got his eyes closed. He's trying to stimulate his organ and get the blood flowing and imagining things and putting himself into a positive thought process. Well, about 3 minutes into it, he felt somebody tugging on the base of his pants. He goes, hey, what is it? I'm down here. I'm trying to fix the axle or find out why it's making a noise. And the guy said, this is Trooper Davis. He said, you might want to check the brakes. And he said, why? He said, well, your truck rolled downhill 5 minutes ago. PSA, check your brakes, check your lights, check your turn signals. As much as you do your physical well-being. Fuck, I need to go check my axle.